If you're interested in big data, okay, Internet of Things, okay, this is your Nila, this is something that you need to take a heed of, okay. So this is fact sheet about Akibas, okay. For your kind information, University Tun Hussein Malaysia have been given 4 million ringgit Malaysia to use this Akibas software through the educational grants program. Okay, so that 4 million ringgit Malaysia, we didn't take it in terms of monetary, but we received it in software. So we've been given 100 licenses to use Akibas, okay, for 3 years. And it means to say that if you are the student of UTHM, you are free to use this Akibas software. So it is very good. It is made from it is made at Boston, Massachusetts, in United States. Okay, and it has been used by many industries, including and specialized for real estate and construction industries. So many companies have used this Akibas, and even in Malaysia, it is quite new. It's really new actually. Not many projects have been using this because Akibas software is very expensive to buy. Okay, and by having this educational program that supply us with hundreds licenses to use is actually a very good thing lah for us, the staff, and for you students. Okay, if you are trained using this Akibas software, so it means to say that you are a couple of steps above all any other students from the universities in Malaysia, because even UTM received only 40 licenses, okay, but we UTHM have been given 100 licenses. So it means to say that we can train many students, and so that they can use this very fine, okay, software for their future use. Even if after this you want to use this software, um, uh, for example, like if you are working after this, after the MPC, you are going to work at Dubai or at United States. It's not something that is impossible. It's possible because there are some of our MPC graduates, okay, have already working there, even in Dubai or even in United States or any other places in Australia, and some of them are actually you know um, finishing their tertiary education, means to say that they're going towards their PhD studies. So this is a very good thing to have, okay, to become your niche, that differentiate you from the other universities graduates, okay, and it becomes your one of your advantages of becoming a UTHM students. So I'm going to show you now, okay, this actually the interface of the Akibas, okay. It is used to this Akibas software is used to deliver business intelligence to reduce costs, okay, mitigate risk and optimize service levels. So this Akibas is actually really good. That's all I want to say. I've been trained for five sessions, okay, and I can say that I've even before I was trained, I've mentioned to you, it's really good to have one software that can cover the whole life cycle of a building. Okay, means to say, right from the beginning of having that conceptual ideas for the architectural design, up until we want to demolish it. You remember I said that I wish that we have some software to use that, and now I'm exposing you to this kind of software. It means to say that you cannot design using Akibas. You need to design your architectural design for your building, okay, for your real estate assets using any other softwares. But the good thing is this Akibas, they are very plug-in user friendly. So it means to say that you can plug in your design, perhaps in not perhaps from Revit and from AutoCAD into Akibas. It means to say that whenever that you finish, okay, uh, you still with me?
Yes, yes.
Yes.
Yes, yes,
Okay.
yes.
So it means, like you all know, okay, Revit is one of the BIM tools, okay, which is going to be hot in 2 or 3 years in Malaysia. Right now, we are using AutoCAD most of the times. Okay, most of the companies are actually using AutoCAD. Even I receive, okay, inquiry, and I receive um, some of the companies, okay, where our students went for their um, industrial training. The construction companies asked us, can you teach your students AutoCAD? Okay, that was in 2021. So it means to say that the construction companies in Malaysia is still very packed. Okay, is still using AutoCAD per se. Okay, they haven't yet transferred everything into using Revit, even though that we have the strategic plans and the JKR, okay, and the CIDB. JKR is the Ministration Industry towards BIM, okay, Building Information Modeling, where we are going to integrate all the tools, okay, and the provider or the supplier of these tools are actually Autodesk. Okay, Autodesk is the one company that creates and sell the manufacturer of the AutoCAD and Revit. Okay, so AutoCAD, I learned about AutoCAD 20 years ago, and they're still using it now, and I'm still teaching AutoCAD. But now they are changing it to Revit. Okay, AutoCAD, they have architecture, no, AutoCAD architecture. Okay, and Revit, it means to say that AutoCAD, they have a very limited you know function to integrate, but not in Revit. In Revit, they have M&E, mechanical and electrical, even they have structural, robot structural, okay, where you do your structural analysis. And yeah, of course the architectural, so they can integrate all these model, okay, all these drawings inside one master plan. Okay, and the good thing is you can plug this integrated building information modeling drawings into Akibas. Okay, for what? For project management purpose, for asset management, for space management, okay, for maintenance management, and also for real estate management. So there are actually 5 things that I've been exposed to quite recently, which is the project management. Now I know that in Akibas I can produce S curve. No need to use Primavera, no need to use project Microsoft Project anymore. We can do all these planning, scheduling, and um, inside Akibas using the drawing from Revit or AutoCAD. So that is before the construction of the building, so it is still in planning stage. So you can plan your your construction project inside Akibas. Okay, and then you after they not after before even before they build, even before they construct the building, you can have the asset management prior the construction of building. Asset management means to say that whatever that you are going to put inside the space that you have, okay, So asset management, okay, before that, I'm sorry. Before asset management, you need to have the space management. So you have the project management, okay, when are you going to construct this building? And then during that planning of your project, okay, you can plan also space. So in Microsoft Project, in Primavera, there is a limitation of putting information about space. Space means to say that what are the function of the space that you are going to build. For example, like your house, okay, you're going to have three bedrooms, okay, and one bathroom. So usually when in designing phase, okay, you only built wall, you only built uh, floor, you only built column. That is based on the structural analysis. Okay, the structural analysis, you need to have the weight, okay, you need to have the load of whatever that you are going to use that space for. Okay, so it means to say that the size of the column, okay, the size of the beam, the size of um, the foundation is depending on the load that the space are going to carry on, right? So that is all the information that you have in conventional method during structural analysis that you are going to bring into the design. And but however, if using the Akibas, by having knowing the project management, by having to know when are you going to finish your project, okay, what are the milestones that are going to be fulfilled, you know also, and you can manage also the space in Akibas. But in conventional one, during using only AutoCAD and using only Revit, you can only analyze structure, but you didn't say that what this space are going to be used for what. And usually the building, they have the information, okay, they say that okay, these space are going to be used for classroom, or for hall, or for offices. Okay, so in the standards, okay, in the European code, okay, EU, okay, they are going to provide you with all the standard numbers, okay, to follow. If it is classroom, how many dead loads, okay, if it's hall, how many their live loads. Okay, you still remember all that structural analysis items, and you still remember?
Yes.
Yes, okay. I think from civil engineering perspective, we can relate it to all that standards, all that phrases in structural analysis that is based on the European code. But in Akibas, that was manufactured, or that was made in United States. Okay, uh, instead of using that codes, they are actually revamp it towards, the real case. Okay, so it's not, you cannot do all this structural analysis in Akibas, but what you can do is actually you can manage the space. Okay, this space is for bedroom, this space is for kitchen. So typically what is needed in a bedroom, so you are going to have a bed, a drawer, locker, and everything. Okay, your air condition, okay, and everything else. In Akibas, what is the most interesting thing is you can input that items, the bed, okay, even the electronic items, for example, like the air condition, up until not only the weight, okay, which is used for the structural analysis, but up until the label. Is it Yamaha? Is it York? Is it, because it is going to be very beneficial for you to quantify the cost. You're going to you need to uh, come out with a bill of quantities, right, for the project cost that is going to be used in the project management, um, planning. Okay, the project management and uh, planning and scheduling. So it's not only on time but also in cost, which is usually the quantity surveyors did. Okay, so they know, if they know the items up until the label, up until the horsepower, they can identify how much is it going to be. Okay, so we can input all these things, not only the space, which means to say that this is what I'm saying is actually before the building are actually being constructed. This is in design phase. Okay, so right at the design phase, you know, what space, this space are going to be used for what, and then what are the things that are going to be inside that space. So these two things are actually asset space management and asset management. So yeah, I've been exposing you to three, actually, the functions of Akibas: the project management, the asset management, and also the space management. Okay, after you know the design and everything, you need to know the maintenance management. Okay, the maintenance management means to say that, for example, like you have an air conditioner. Okay, air conditioner needs to be maintained, which is according to its specification, maybe perhaps 3 months at a time, or 6 months, or whatever the frequency is. So in Akibas, you can set, okay, you can set the for example, like the air condition. Okay, if its time have come to be maintained, it will pop up in that Akibas software. All right. This is not only applicable for house maintenance but also building maintenance. Okay, if you're talking about 1 floor, 5 floor, 10 floors, okay, it is going to be very overwhelming to to have the maintenance program to cover the preventive maintenance, corrective maintenance, and conditional assessment. So yeah, so in Akibas you can do that also, okay, in maintenance management. And last but not least, the real estate management. So Akibas can be used for real estate management. We're not talking about managing one building, but many other buildings. Okay, if you have a building in Malaysia, in Kuala Lumpur, and at one time when you become so rich, you have one other building in Batu Pahat, so you need to manage them well. Okay, we're not talking about only in Malaysia, but maybe perhaps you have another building in Yemen, so you need to manage their energy, the cost for energy, the electricity bill, okay, and the water bill. Okay, we just talk about the energy saving and everything, right? So by having this technology to monitor the electricity, the bill for the electricity or for the water, okay, in Akibas itself, so what is the efficiency of your building. Maybe perhaps you want to rent it, okay, maybe perhaps you want to sell it. Okay, if there is no one, if for example, like you have so many buildings, okay, if you have so many space to rent, okay, not only in Yemen but also in Malaysia and United States, who knows, right? There are some people like that. If you are a businessman, okay, you are going to have lots of assets to manage, so you can use this real estate management inside Akibas. So it is in global wide. So inside Akibas, it's not only in tabulate form. Okay, the information that is required not only in tabulate form but also in geographic information system. As you can see right here in front of me, in front of you, actually, I'm showing you the representation of data using the GIS. Are you still with me?
Yes, Doctor.
Yes. Okay. So what you are seeing here is actually the interface of that Akibas. Okay, this is I will open it after this. Okay, you can see it after this, a real one, but this one is maybe 2 or 3 years before. Okay, these are the information, okay, that you can have inside the Akibas using one example. Okay, so here is the map in Boston. Okay, so like what you can see here, this is a map that shows the market value, okay, book value of not only Boston, okay, but also the area, um, the area surrounding it, okay, and um, okay, one thing before that. When we are talking about Akibas, we are talking about big data. Okay, if you still remember the CSP 4.0, we are talking about big data and IoT. Okay, so Akibas is one of it, one of the tool or one of the technology um, to do to be used to manage big data. Big data here means building information modeling data. That is including starting from the construction material up until the real estate management. Real estate means to say that it's not only one building but also globally if you have many other buildings at other side of the world. Okay, so that is one big data to control in Akibas. It is very powerful, a very powerful software, and that is why it is so expensive. And having this in UTHM to be used free of charge for staff and also for students, okay, are actually a good advantage for us. Okay, and becomes your niche. Okay, and let's see what else that we have in here. Okay, so okay, so let me share about Akibas. Okay, for over 25 years, Akibas Incorporated has been the world's leading provider of real estate infrastructure and facilities management products and services. This experience, along with the expertise of over 16,000 Akibas business partners around the world, yields proven solutions that allow organizations of all sizes to effectively manage their physical assets. Okay, since 1987, the company's flagship product, Akibas, has held approximately 66% of the global integrated computer-aided facilities management market. Today, the breadth of products and services offered by Akibas Incorporated and its partners is unrivaled. Okay, Akibas is available in over 130 countries and in more than two dozen languages. The solution has been implemented by over 16,000 organizations representing more than 4 million users. With a track record of continuous product enhancements and a loyal, satisfied user base, Akibas remains the number one real estate infrastructure and facilities management solution in the world. So this is the Akibas HQ in Boston. Um, okay, I just want to show you another one. Okay, like what you can see here. Okay, this is about Akibas links the information silos and diverse applications supporting people, processes, places, and physical assets into a comprehensive and seamlessly integrated solution. So what you can see in this diagram is actually the functions of Akibas. What is Akibas used for? So this is the silo, okay, the geospatial business intelligence, work rules, web services. Just remember that right now I'm talking about the ICT in facilities management. So I'm exposing you to one good facility management software, which is called Akibas. Okay, so Akibas can be used. Its function is for real estate portfolio planning. If you have so many real estates, okay, assets, you have so many houses in so many places, you can use Akibas. Even if you have only one building, or you are actually managing one building for your customer, you can use Akibas right from the very small project up until the biggest project there is. Okay, so that is real estate management, where you can do lots of things inside that. For example, like real property and lease management. If you want to rent your space, your building, your whatever that you have, even if for example, like in Kuala Lumpur, there are billboards everywhere, where for example, like along the road where you drive, there is a billboard that is stick on a electricity pole, like the light pole for the road. So even that is considered as an asset and can be managed inside the Akibas, because you can generate money from the entertaining and from the marketing segment. Okay, means to say that you can rent your space that is on the pole, on the light pole, to somebody else and get money from it. Whenever that you have money, when you get money something when you get money from your assets, you need to be managed. You need to be properly managed. You need to have a management apps or management tools to control this lah. If not, then you are just going to waste whatever space. Even if we're talking about in Kuala Lumpur, even 1 inch of space is actually valuable. So you need to have some apps, okay, to control these valuable things. For example, like a light pole, okay, that you can put some billboard on it. You know billboard, you guys? Hello?
Okay.
Yes?
Billboards. Yes, we know. Billboards.
Yes. Yes. So in Kuala Lumpur, there are so many billboards that is electronic wise, right? Even in Batu Pahat, we have a lorry that install a very big billboard, okay, and carries it everywhere, so that the marketing product can be seen by everyone. Okay, so that is one of the marketing strategies. So for example, like the authority, like the DBKL, okay, they want to rent it to anyone who wants to market their products. Okay, that can generate money as well. All right, so yeah, it is a very good thing to have one tool that can monitor. Okay, this light pole provide you how many how much per hour, up until that detail. Okay, so yeah, Akibas can do that for real property and lease management. Okay, that is, we're talking about the smallest thing, like the light pole. But if you have a space for office, okay, or for house that you want to rent, it makes it even more even more higher priority for you to have one simple and not simple lah, one software that can manage all these things. Okay, whenever you can manage all your real estate, your real property, and your space that you can lease, okay, you can generate more money out of it. Okay, usually those who are actually having lots of assets, that this kind of assets are actually losing more money because they mismanage whatever that they have in hand. Because one thing because we all of them are actually losing money because they cannot manage all the big data that they have. Okay, usually in conventional ways they have all the data. For example, like, okay, building A, only 10 people rent it. Okay, and some maybe in January up until June, but then they are going to go out, and then that space are going to be empty for maybe 3 months, okay, for summer holidays. And then maybe they are going to come back again for from December up until the next year. So there are actually 3 months of empty space that should be generating money but didn't generate money because of mismanaging of the facilities of the space. So if you can have some software to manage, okay, to tell you that, okay, this space are going to be it's going to be empty for 3 months, and then if you have this pop up into that software in Akibas, then you can you can, market it somewhere else, okay, and put someone else to rent your space for 3 months. So in that thing means to say that you have efficiently managed your space by knowing the information that you are going to have an empty space during that 3 months for summer holidays. So that is the thing why people that have many assets, okay, they fail to manage it because the data, they cannot capture it. Usually they have it in Excel tabulate form. Okay, but now as we have the GIS, which can show us, okay, this space is actually going to is this space this building are actually unrented during this time, okay. It means to say that you are going to have, yeah. That's okay. So that is real property and lease management. So what I've just shown you, what I've just been talking to you about the rent of the 3 months is actually strategic master planning, okay, of that building. So if you're talking about space also, strategic master planning means to say that perhaps, okay, you have a land, okay, you have a land, maybe during like in Malaysia, you have a land that during rainy seasons it's going to be a bit flooded, okay, but during the um, not rainy seasons, then it's going to be okay. So you can rent it, you can have that lot of land of yours, okay, put it inside an architect in AutoCAD, okay, or in Revit, okay, and install it in Akibas, and then you can, play around with all the strategic planning of whatever that you are thinking of at that point of time, okay, because it's not in tabulate form, it's in GIS. We are using a geographic information system, the representative of data in terms in using pictures, so that makes it more efficient. So apart from that, okay, like I said, okay, it is also be Akibas can also be used for project management, for site planning, okay. You can do S curve, um, even for example, like when the supplies, if you are actually using, if you just ordered if you are actually working with a construction company, and you are taking care of a construction site, okay, and you are expecting whatever that you ordered from the precast company or the precast factory should 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 come just in time at your site. But uh, typically, if they are late, you need to call them, okay, and ask where is my order, and typically you will send the emails to them, okay. But if for example, like you have like a contract with the suppliers, okay, if you send your order late, okay, you are going to have a penalty of 10% perhaps, penalty from the total order. Then you can manage everything in Akibas by having like all the emails, by having all the contracts inside the Akibas, so that it's easy for you. It's one stop center. So you're going to have the subcontractor or the suppliers contracts inside your Akibas, and then you for example, like the supplies is late, you can send email from Akibas. Okay, and if the suppliers is late also, then you're going to have a penalty, and then you send them some emails or talking about these penalties, highlighting to them. All these are actually use Akibas. You don't have to use Google Mail Gmail or whatever mail there is. Okay, so through Akibas, it's one subcenter. So your communication with your suppliers are actually in that cloud base of Akibas. So if something terrible happen, for example, like this supplier that is late in giving you all the items that you've ordered, bankrupt, or all the things are hairwired because of flood event, so you still have the soft copy and all the details of that supplier inside the Akibas cloud system. So if, for example, like because of the flood, okay, your computer is ruined, but because it is a cloud-based system, so it means to say that you put everything in the cloud, okay, inside the Akibas so whatever happens to your company or whatever happens to the supplier, it won't affect your project because it is one subcenter and it is secured in cloud-based. You still with me, guys?
Yes, lecturer.
Yes. Are you following me?
Lecturer, yes.
Yes. Okay. Like I mentioned, okay, AutoCAD and Revit can become the plug-in tools into Autodesk, into Akibas. So whatever design that you have inside your AutoCAD or inside your Revit can be used inside Akibas for space management, for asset management, for project management, for maintenance management. So all these four items are actually will use the plan that you've given from the Revit and AutoCAD. So in real estate management, they will use the geographic information system because it's quite big. Okay, but if we're talking about just one small project, not one small project, it means to say that one specific project. So the representation of the project is actually from the drawing itself. So having that drawing will help, okay, whatever management that we are trying to do. For example, like the space, the project, and also the asset management and maintenance management. So inside Akibas, you can have Revit and AutoCAD plugged into Akibas. Okay. I've mentioned about space management, but the thing that about space management I've not talked about is the reservation, hoteling, and workplace portal. Okay, space management. Okay, it's not only about having to know what are the functions of the space that you are going to build for your building, but we are talking also about after construction. It means to say that people have already moved in. For example, like the space is being used for offices. Okay, in Akibas, you are not only managing what the function of the space, but also the people that is going to use that space. So it means to say that, for example, like you have me as a lecturer going to be using one space inside our faculty. Okay, and Akibas is being used to manage the space. Okay, people like my bosses know that whether I am inside my office or not. So it is combined with the human resource management. So if let's say that, okay, you have heard about people die inside their office and nobody knows, right? There is some case in Malaysia. There is two lecturers actually, two different case lah. These lecturers, they die on their table doing their work and nobody knows. After a week, people find some some smelly thing out of his office, and then open it, and there he goes. The lecturer has died already. So that is one thing that is so sad about about this thing lah. But if you have Akibas to monitor your people, to monitor not only the electricity, the temperature, just for your kind information, Akibas can also monitor the temperature of a room. It's not only that. It means to say that you have a temperature gauge, okay, the one inside our room. Then we are going to monitor our temperature, and then the temperature is set to 24 degrees. Akibas inside the office of the PPH, okay, the one office that is going to monitor the whole asset in UTHM. They will know, okay, Dr. Atun's room is 24 degrees. However, if I have a problem with the air conditioning, okay, it's becoming hotter and hotter and hotter, I don't have to call them yet. I don't have to call them anymore, because there will be some pop-up saying that, okay, the temperature of the room on the floor where Dr. Atun is rising. So it means to say there is a problem with the air conditioner. Okay, so apart from that, if for example, like the temperature, I don't have inside my office the temperature gauge that is integrated with the computer at PPH. Okay, I can also do it. I can also I can also make a complaint, and it will be inside the Akibas system. So for example, like my air condition is having a malfunction. It is the temperature is rising. It's not supposed to be that. So what I can do is I actually can complain to my floor manager, and the floor manager that has the access to Akibas will pop up. Okay, will input my complaint, and then that complaint will be given to Akibas, will be given to PPH automatically. So usually what I did is, when my air conditioner in my room is broken or the temperature is rising up, what I do is actually I make a complaint, lots of complaint inside one system, okay, for complaint by UTHM staff. So usually it will take 2 or 3 days for them to notice that, okay, I have a problem in my office. But then once they notice, they need to call the supplier or the maintenance company, and then the maintenance company will take 2 or 3 days more to come to my office. And if and they don't know the as the maintenance company is outside of UTHM, they don't know my details, they don't know my phone number, they don't know. So when they come to my office to fix my air conditioner is broken, okay, and at that point of time I'm not in my office, so they cannot call me, they don't have all the details of mine. So they will come again. They will set another appointment. They will, put a message in front of my office saying that, okay, they will come in a week time. Please be there. So usually it will take in conventional way, just to repair a broken conventional a broken air condition. It will take 2 or 3 weeks in order for it to be repaired. But having Akibas, okay, whenever that I spoken to my floor manager saying that, okay, my room and the floor presumably will have we are having a problem with air condition. The thing is, the floor manager just key in my problem inside the Akibas, and then Akibas will go to the supervisor at PPH. They don't have to call them, but a pop-up will also goes to the supplier outside of the company. and because of my details, okay, have already been inside the Akibas system, so the outside company know already my phone number. ah so that is the beauty of having this Akibas system. So you don't have to call, just using all these integrated 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 system. Okay, everything is uh, fluent and everything is in liquid phase. You don't have to call them and wait for them to come, and then if you're not here, then there are lots of benefits in there. Even in Akibas, if we can have some sort of coding and IT professionals, having our phone, okay, our phone we have, like especially iPhone lah, okay, iPhone we have a specific individual uh, what is it called? It's like IP. It's like an address. It's for itself. Okay, I don't remember what is it called, but like iPhone, if we lost it and we turn on the search apps, okay, we can find exactly where the phone is, right? Have you heard about that?
Yes, Doctor.
Yes. Okay. So it means to say that these phones, not only iPhones, but even Huawei also have got the, a very specific information and very unique information in itself. So whenever that we turn on the apps, okay, to find where is the telephone, then we can find it. It's actually, we can use it, okay, not only to find phones, okay, usually phones will be together with the owner, okay. It means to say that whenever the phone is there, the owner is there also. So by having the Internet of Things technology, we can incorporate it into Akibas. And for example, like I have in my room, okay, I am registered from 9 to 5 a.m. 9 a.m. up until 5 p.m. I'm supposed to be at my room, okay. And then I usually, when I'm at my room, I will bring my phone, okay. And my bosses know whether I am at my room or not, just having to trace down my phone. So in Akibas, there is a specific uh, tracking system, okay, to know where is the staff, okay, and it relates to the human resource management lah, okay, and that relates also whether I'm die or not. If I die, then somebody will know, okay, I'm not check out, okay. Usually in Akibas also, if we use the telephone to track where is the people, usually they can there is a RFID tag, okay. So the staff that monitor the floor manager that monitor our attendance, okay, will know when we are going to check in and when we check out of our space that is registered under our name, okay. So that is one good thing about Akibas lah. Okay, that is about space management. And if for example like move management, if for example like you like FPTP, just recently in December, in November, we move rooms, okay, from FPTP to FCAP, okay, the civil engineering. I don't know whether you're aware of that or not, but we've changed, okay, because there are some problems with the current facilities that we sit on at that point of time, and then now we change, so we need to move. So whenever that we move, then there is lots of things that is to manage. Some of things is the asset of the university, for example, like the laptops, okay, like the desktops, okay, like the printer, like the table, the chairs. Every assets of the university are going to have a barcode, okay. So that coding, it is supposed to be there where it is supposed to be. So when we move it, then if we don't have the coding and we don't know where is the facilities or where is the asset at current moment, then it's going to be uh, uh, haywired lah. Same goes to like moving houses. I just moved house also a month ago. So from Sri Gading to Air Hitam. Okay, so uh, there are lots of things that is untagged. It's just a house, okay, and just three of us. So it's not like a university where they have lots of assets on it, but we still have assets. So in order to move such a small space, a house to another house, it requires lots of things to do, that is to manage. Let's imagine to move the whole faculty, the whole faculty that consists of 4 floors. Each floors, the whole faculty means to say that 80 academicians to move from one space up until one to another space. So there is a lots of things to do. So by having Akibas and by having to know the code of each asset, okay. So for example, like the university given me a laptop. Okay, the laptop is registered under my the location of that asset supposed to be in FPTP, but now I've just moved. Okay, and if the people that is controlling the assets, if they want to do audit, okay, they will check on the files, okay, that is physical files lah. Okay, physical files is very hard to update. Okay, you need to print it out and then you're going to put it in a file and then put it in a cabinet file. Okay, and for example, like, okay, I've just moved, faculty just move, okay, and the moving of the staff is not only in FCAP but also in FKEE, in FPTV, even in city campus, okay, and even in Pago. So we are everywhere. The laptop is everywhere. The assets of the university is everywhere. So let's say that the updating of the information of the location of the asset, for example, like laptop, okay, and someone is want to do some audit. You know, the government is always doing audit. Okay, they want to know where their assets is. So if they only use the physical form, okay, that is in the cabinet, it's going to they're not going to find where is this asset of the university, because it is very hard to find lah. We've changed our local of our spaces, and it's not updated. So having this Akibas, okay, having this, you need to remember, Akibas is not only for storing records of the assets, but also we can use it for maintenance, for project management, for space, for real estate. So you need to remember that one small component of it is actually doing all the tagging of the assets of the company. So by updating this all, by updating these very small items of the location, for example, of the assets of the company, it will also affect the maintenance program. So for example, like the IT people, okay, want to do the maintenance of my laptop. I was actually, you need to remember that the academicians in UTHM is actually 2,000 people. So I'm only one out of the 2,000. So in finding me during pandemic like this time, okay, the chances is 0.002% of finding me if using physical location storing system. So it is very hard to find even people. It is even harder to find assets. So having this Akibas, okay, I don't know whether you are following me or not. Aisha,
Yes, doctor.
you outside please, I'm still having class. Are you sure? Because it's very interesting to see all these things. It's very, yeah, it's good for me lah. And yeah, yeah. So that's about move management. Okay, and then maybe perhaps, okay, service desk. Service desk. Okay, usually the people which is in front of the, if you enter one building and then you have a information counter. Okay, you want to come and see me, you don't know, you've never known me, you want to know where is my office. So the first thing is you go to the office, and then the front center will tell you where is it, okay, where am I. But if let's say that is when I'm still in the faculty, but if I'm seconded to any other buildings or any other spaces or any other place, okay, that will be hard for that person that is in at the information center, because usually in the information center they have only whereabouts. They don't know the whereabouts, but they only know the specific of that building only, but no, not the real estate. Okay, but not the buildings outside of the building that the information center is located. But having this Akibas, remember that we have real estate management. So my details, for example, like my phone number, where I live, not where I live, where is my desk is, and then if I have the IoT, they know where my whereabouts. Okay, through my phones. Okay, so if you go to the information center and ask me where is Dr. Atun, the service center people, okay, the guy at the front door will know, okay, exactly where am I. They can guide you. So that is the benefits of having Akibas, because they can, specifically, because they are actually analyzing the big data and continuously monitoring it. So it makes people works easier. uh, that is for service desk. Okay, let's look about operations and maintenance, about the building operations management, the work wizard, the fleet management, key control, the security, and also housekeeping. So this all about the for example, like maintenance. Okay, maintenance of the air condition, perhaps. Okay, usually we have lots of problems with the air condition, because it's whether it's centralized or decentralized. If it's old building, that is become much more harder. So by having this maintenance, you know, if let's say, let's talk about other than air condition. When you studies your bachelor degree in civil engineering, you did lots of laboratory works, isn't it? For example, like in the hydraulics laboratory, like in geology, for example, like in materials or structural lab, isn't it? So you use lots of machines, right? You guys, hello?
Yes.
Yes.
Hello.
So yes, so that machines requires maintenance. The maintenance, okay, the maintenance sheet. Can you who is that? Ahmad Ali Ray, can you turn off your microphone, please? Okay, thank you. So usually the machines require maintenance, for preventive maintenance and also for corrective maintenance. Like usually for preventive maintenance, they have already planned, they have already scheduled, just like your car. Okay, when are you when are you going to send it for service? Okay, so in 3 months time, or in 2 months time, they will have a sheet, okay, that is glued on top of your head, or when you perform the service of the car, then you have that sticker on the glass of your front mirror. It's just the same like any machines that you use for your laboratory work. For example, like you want to test the strength of the concrete, so there is ATM, okay, um, a testing machine. So that testing machine need to be maintained. Maintenance need to be, to change the oil, and to calibrate it. Everything need to be done according to its schedule. So usually we have that schedule of maintenance. Just like your car, it is glued, or the sticker is glued on top of the glass, but the maintenance sheet is glued just side of the machine. So instead of having that sticker of that maintenance sheet glued at your machine, okay, it is situated inside your computer. So if perhaps, okay, you need to do the maintenance in 3 months time, since today, because today is your maintenance day for that machine, and then you need to do the service of that machine in 3 months time. So usually in 3 months time you're going to forget it, okay, especially if you don't check your machine, okay. And having that Akibas, it can pop up a reminder in 1 week or 2 weeks time, saying that, okay, this machine needs to be repaired. We're not talking about one machine, we're not talking about one car, okay. You are talking about even the maintenance of the car can be managed inside the Akibas, because it's considered as asset of a company, that it belong to you, okay. So for example, like, okay, you need to send your car to service center in 3 months time, so you can set it now, okay, for it to pop up, and maybe perhaps in 1 day or 2 days time, or 1 week or 2 weeks time, okay. So that is the use of Akibas. One ni lah. And last but not least, okay, there are lots of things, okay, there are lots of functions of Akibas, but the main thing that I want to share with you is about the environment and sustainability, that is under the risk management, okay. So environment and sustainability, when we're talking about building, it will relates to whatever you just presented to me now, okay, about the green building index. So that in that green building index, we have 6 assessment criteria. For example, like energy, water, indoor environmental quality, and other things, right? So we can have that assessment criteria input inside the Akibas, and for example, like the energy, if we can save 60% of the electricity bill, okay, we can apply for GBI, and maybe perhaps after this monitoring we can get platinum or gold or silver even, okay, for the GBI accreditation, okay. So we can put all these 6 assessment criteria inside Akibas to monitor the efficiency of our building. Like I've just said, okay, we can monitor the electricity bill, the water bill, and everything. Even we can set the temperature, okay, we can monitor the temperature if it is considered ni, and the sound also. There are lots of things that is related towards the environment and sustainability if we are using Akibas. So yeah, that is about the functions of Akibas. So we have like 20 minutes more. Okay, whatever it is, okay. The reasons why Akibas is used is, first, is to lower the total cost of ownership, okay. For example, like you you buy a house for investment. It means to say that you buy the house for someone else to rent it, okay. And if you can manage it well, okay, you know when it is unrented, when it is rented. If you have so many real estate property, then you have you need to have some management tools lah, okay, to manage when is it is being used or not. And also you can monitor the electricity bill, okay. So you as the owner can lower your costs by having this Akibas. And then it also minimize unnecessary capital expenditures. For example, like unnecessary capital expenditures, for example, like Um, um, I need to check on that. Okay. Improves strategic decision making. For example, like you have a pool. You work with the DBKL. Okay, you can make a strategic decision making. Okay, when and to who that is better to rent it. Okay, and then you optimize service level, enhance operational efficiency. Okay, increases staff productivity, visualize your facilities and infrastructure and everything. So there are many companies have used this Akibas. So it means to say that if you are trained using Akibas, you are trained for Akibas software, then you can work also with these companies. Okay, for example, like Washington State Department of Transportation, Siemens, okay, Ball, and then BP, okay, the oil, University of Portsmouth, okay, and also lots of things, lots of companies, some more, okay. So that is about Akibas. Right now, I want to show you the proof that we have the Akibas, okay. Let me stop sharing for a while. We have like 15 minutes more. Give me some time to open the Akibas software just to show you. PIC. Wait, Okay. Are you still with me, you guys?
Yes.
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 Do you find it interesting?
Yes, of course.
Yes.
You can share the that report with us.
Okay, hold on. Eh, wait.